Right. Right, welcome back, listeners, to another edition of Heads Up. And last week we had a rare occurrence where the money shot was a very rare thing that a sports selector or a racing tipster will tip out any selection as a certainty. And his words last week, I actually went back to the recording and heard what he said. He said, I thought he was an absolute certainty. This was the big opal in the Waikato steeplechase last week. And he did it all the way, so well done, money shot. I hope you got plenty.
We did have a decent collect off him. He did look a good thing.
Yep.
We had a little bit of a worry just coming to the last fence, and who would have known if Joe King had stood up at the last, whether he would have run down the big opal. But I think Sean Fannin did have a little bit left in the locker. But I must admit, it's great to watch free-running front runners at Te Rapa over their fences, and just he came through the middle, those 5 fences through the middle. He jumped them all brilliantly, and it's a good sight. A fluent front running jumper, that's for sure. And just continued the Dummy Myers role, really. I think he's won that race now about the last 5 years in a row, Waikato steeplechase. So
amazing. Yep.
He's on fire, and he got the big one at Riverton the next day.
Yep.
So good to see. And then, of course, Rotorua on the Sunday. Pecoris winning the Rotorua Cup, and Lever winning the Fillies and Mares race. And I'd say Chris Johnson's services might be used a bit more in the upcoming months. He's certainly riding the Christopher wave, isn't he, Neil?
He certainly is. He's 5 behind Danielle, and I think he's paying $2.30, and she's paying $1.55 before racing started at Wingatui today. So you have to be a chance if you like him. You have to back him at that price. But the big disappointment for me in the weekend was late Sunday afternoon when me and you and I think a few subscribers had the Roosters with that giving away 6.5 points. Scored in the right time at 3 or 4 minutes to go, lined up the conversion, and what happened?
He missed. How can that guy, Michael Gordon, who's one of the best kickers in the game, kicked 12 out of his last 14, was slotting them from the sideline with ease. That kick had to be 2 to 3 metres to the left of the uprights, and he missed. It's unbelievable. Yep. I had to go and buy a new TV after that, Neil.
I don't blame you. It'd be worth it. It was a shocker. I thought, this is going over, but no, that's sports betting is tough.
The Warriors, should we touch on them or not? Not worth talking about.
No, if they were going to win, they were going to win last week, so gone burgers for my money.
They get the line through them again. They get live. So we've ruled out a few teams that we can have a tip again. So it should be getting easier, you'd think.
Yep.
You should never say never, though. You never say never about a horse or a team. They'll always come back and bite you in the where after a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And
we should touch on you're involved in a new greyhound promotion too.
Oh yeah, the Amazing Chase with the greyhounds, a new concept of just a speed trial, and out they go one at a time, and the fastest dogs win the stake money. They race one by one, and looking forward to that in later next month, and looking forward to that. I'm involved in being the official timekeeper if anything happens with the timekeeping system. Good concept, so we're involved in the sponsorship of that. So looking forward to that. Actually, in part 3, I'm looking forward to your thoughts on the state of origin. The market being pretty even at the moment, so see if you've got any strong ideas either way in that series, which starts up this Wednesday, doesn't it? First game?
Yep. In 5 days' time. Yep. First state of origin, 31st of May. So we'll have something for the listeners. Don't you worry.
Yep. Great. Okay, we're back with part 2 with a preview of a couple of races at Ellerslie.
Feature race meeting tomorrow, Neil, in the north is at Ellerslie, and we'll start our preview. We've got a couple of races to preview there. The first one, third on the card, the Open 1200, and Close Up comes up favourite after its impressive fresh up win the other day at New Plymouth, but I think you found one to beat it.
Yeah, I'd like Admiral. He's seemed to be getting better and better last campaign, and went off towards the end of his campaign with his last 2 or 3 starts. But the way he trialled, I thought he's all set to go, fresh up. The side winkers go on, and I thought around about that $4.50 mark, he was a good bet. It's going to be a heavy leave-in there with rain forecast tonight, Friday night. So I think with Victoria Gatu on, he'll slide forward and be a decent pace. He's a good strong horse. I think he's probably the way to go here. But Close-Up's got to be hard to beat after his easy win at New Plymouth, I suppose, hasn't he?
Well, you'd think so, but he's got the top weight, so
that's right. Yeah.
That does even things up a bit. But
sure does.
Admiral Stephen Ralph trained. He had 2 winners last Saturday at Tirapa, so the stable's on fire.
Yeah.
So the role could continue for sure.
Yeah.
And Victoria Gatu won the biggest race of her career, the Rotorua Cup. So a potent combination, perhaps.
Yeah, good to see him win last week too. He finally got a win on the board. And the Great Northern Foal Stakes, interesting race, isn't it? Houseman, Oarsman, it's called, isn't it?
Race 5, the 2-year-old over 1400 on a heavy 11. You'll need a fit horse.
Too right.
What about La La Land? As went out hot favourite in New Plymouth.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the worst.
No, I think probably from a value point of view, he's the way to go. I watched his trial wins. They were good, strong wins. He relaxes well, gets his head down. And Hurika, his dam, won 6 races over middle distances. So you'd think the extra 200 metres will suit ideally. And that run at New Plymouth, if you watch it, he actually burned early. He was 3 wide early, tried to get second out, eased back, then got caught wide again, so went forward again. So he burnt twice early and just went down. So I think drawing 1 this time, he's going to share the pace with that pretty smart filly So Far So Cool, which I think you've got some news about. And I think he could hold on at a decent price, especially if that inside's still okay by this time of day. But So Far So Cool, got some news about that, haven't you?
Yeah, I do actually. It has been sold to Australia. Here we go. Just bring it up. I think it's going to do its future race in Melbourne, actually. I thought I had the article here, but it's been sold. So, but we'll run tomorrow. So, I guess its price tag probably went up a little bit more after Drossen won its next start, and so the form line's well and truly franked with her running second to it, and then winning impressively, and then him winning impressively. So, they've probably got a nice little price for her, but good luck to the new connections. But 1400 on a heavy track could find her out. You never know. So
that's my thinking too. So at $2.20, you couldn't back her really at that price, I thought. Especially if the inside's off. So no.
What about have you got anything for the listeners over in Brisbane? Obviously, the big race day, Eagle Farm. Question marks over the track.
Yep.
Plenty of Kiwis going around, but maybe the weather might trip a lot of them up.
Yeah, well, I've actually sorted one out that I'm really keen on, and I'll mention it now. The race 5 in Shocking Luck's race. Shocking Luck won really well, obviously, last start, but if you watch Order Again's race, he got about 6 lengths behind Shocking Luck, and he was held up on the bend. Once he got out, he really came home strongly, taking ground off Shocking Luck. That was at Doomben. 2 starts back, Order Again bolted in on Eagle Farm on a similar surface, which is a big plus on this slippery track. So, and I think the 2-2 will suit him better. Larry Cassidy, drawn better. I think $6 and $2 is just terrific money, and you could save on Shocking Luck if you want to, but I thought Order Again was a great bet. Anything you sort of keen on that race at all? Or any ideas?
No, not really. I like your thinking about Order Again.
Yeah, no,
I think Shocking Luck may have to be a bit of a question mark, perhaps, on a wettish track. So, Eagle Farm, it's interesting to see how it plays. It certainly had a bit of negative publicity about the track, etc. So, they'll be hoping that remains to be seen, really. Probably not a track I'd be wanting to spend too much of my hard-earned on.
That's right, yeah. And there's sort of nothing else I like in Australia. I haven't finished all the form. Sandown is probably the best surface, so I'll have a good look there again later on this afternoon, but nothing else. Anything you're keen on at all? Sydney?
No. I'm saving my money for next weekend, Queen's birthday weekend.
Yep, looking forward to that weekend. Yeah. Okay, rightio. Go back with part 3 with your thoughts on the State of Origin. Looking forward to that over the next few weeks. Okay, we've all had our counselling from that devastating loss in the last few, from that misconversion last Sunday. So, Money Shot, what are your thoughts about the State of Origin coming up on Wednesday? It's always an interesting series. People like to have
always an interesting series. Obviously, the key factors and headline stories around Game 1 is the supposed injury to Jonathan Thurston, and he's out, but you never know. You never know. He could end up playing still. You just don't know. So, and I think obviously Queensland have I guess they just have the know-how on the way to win, and the likes of Cronk and Cameron Smith still have that sort of intellectual capacity to find ways to win games, whereas New South Wales seem to struggle to achieve that based on previous results. Yeah. But big thing in New South Wales' favour is they get Jared Hayne back in the last State of Origin series he played in before he went off to the States to try his hand at NFL. Yeah. New South Wales won. So is that the X factor they need in their team again to win? But it's going to be a close game, I would have thought, and Queensland are the narrow favourites at home, and just that way to still be able to win games. I think Queensland might just sneak home. It's definitely be a 12 and under game. The try bet might be the way to go, really, actually. Yeah. The try bet, those odds up, Neil?
Yep, just got it here in front of me. Where are we coming here? The Queensland 7 and over, 290. New South Wales 7 and over, 340, and either 6 and under or draw, 215.
Yeah, that looks the way to go. The either 6 or under or draw at 215.
Yeah, it feels that sort of game, doesn't it?
It does, actually. It could be back to the old sort of 14-12 type of games that
right.
State of Origin was renowned for back in the day. So, that would be my bet at this stage, is that either team 6 or under or the draw at 215 and the try bet option 2714.
Yeah. Well, how about for subscribers, if they email through your thoughts by, say, noon Wednesday, and but you get all the final teams.
Yeah, we'll give a thorough preview, and if there's any changes, see what's happening in the markets, and also you can kind of read between the lines if there are going to be any late team changes. But I know you love the State of Origin, Neil, so we'll come up with might even come up with a novelty bet or two for the $5 and $10 punters, just to have a lazy crack at something paying a decent amount of money, sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, for people who are looking for a long range bet for a multi, maybe that 6 and under and draw 215 could be worth chucking into a multi.
Into our Lions, All Blacks 3-0 All Blacks. That's still looking pretty good for mine.
The Lady 5, I think it's into now. Yeah. No,
and for subscribers on the website, we will have our best rugby bet of the weekend, and one of the Super Rugby games looks a good thing to my eye for the weekend, so that'll be posted later on this afternoon by Neil.
I'll post that by 5 p.m. today, and it does look at good value too, I thought. Really good value, so looking forward to that. Okay, right, back with part 4 with our multi question and a few other little things as well.
Part 4 now of Heads Up for this week, Neil. We'll start with our brickbats and bouquets, and I think you've got something you want to get off your chest.
Yeah, just I want to get the information about the Paddy Power Betfair new platform that is going to be coming in soon. it'd be great to have the option, especially on feature races and the big races for the weekend, where you're able to back against the favourite winning. You can do it on other platforms overseas. Like, for example, if you've got a favourite at $2 to win a race and you think it can definitely get beaten, be able to back at it $1.70, $1.80 to get beaten. And just a great option for people to have. Having done it before, laying horses, it's just a neat way of being able to back your judgment. Your thoughts?
Well, we touched on this maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, where the TAB are very quick to bring out these special novelty bets. Kevin Myers to win 3 or more races, Daniel Johnson to win 2 or more, but they never offer the reverse or the opposite. So if they're putting up $2 on Danielle to win 3 or more races, they should put up $1.70, $1.75 on Danielle to win less than that.
Exactly.
But they never seem to do that. So to me, as I said previously, if you can't offer the inverse of a bet type, you shouldn't really be taking the odds, because you can bet your bottom dollar, excuse the pun, that they'll be terrible unders. So I think, hey, people like to be able to just watch a horse get beat, and you're almost celebrating if you back the favourite and it breaks up at the start of the trots, or if it's a dog and it gets squeezed at the first bend, or if it's a galloper and it's under heavy pressure at the 600, you've already cashed in. You're a winner that far from home, and people like the ability to win from horses losing, and I'm not sure why they don't do it. I can't see. They shouldn't think it's an integrity issue or anything like that, but who knows?
Yeah. No, I think it would be ideal for greyhounds too, because often you can work out a dollar that's mapped to get squeezed up, a favourite maybe at $2, and you can lay it to lose, to get beaten, and it would be a great boost for turnover, I feel, and just something that needs to be looked at. And maybe if they are worried about integrity, just do it on the bigger stakes races where they know people want the stake money, and they're covered that way. But it needs to be looked at really carefully, and I hope they do when they bring in the new platform. Anyway, hard luck, Sarah, from last week. You had the 2 main bets that dipped out at Flemington. First one was a bit stiff, second one had her chance and ran third, I think. So this week we've got a relatively easy question, so listen carefully and see if you can answer this one.
So the question to win a $20 multi this week: which horse, which is running tomorrow at Ellerslie, ran second in the Great Northern Foal Stakes last year? So which horse ran second last year and is running again this year in another race on the card, obviously? So get your answers into Neil either by text or email, and I'm sure his lovely wife will draw the lucky winner out of a hat if there are more than one entry.
Yeah,
one winner.
Yeah, we had a few last week too with Crown Star, and one young listener looked up Crown Star and learned a bit more about Ken Brown, so he was thankful for that question, so that was good. But email me at formpro@formpro.co.nz or text on 027 352 6402 before 10 p.m. tonight. And if there's more than one, which there will be, as Money Shot said, my wife will draw a lucky person, and they can have that multi tomorrow, and cross fingers that comes in for you. Okay, and next Wednesday we've got a $500,000 pick 6 guaranteed pool at Matamata. They're going to have maximum size fields there, so it's going to be a tough one to get. So I'll probably run a syndicate for it. So look out for a post there where you can put in $10, minimum $10 or as much as you like. We combine our money, and I put the bet on and we cross our fingers and enjoy the ride. So it could be a good intro to the State of Origin Wednesday night. Anything else, Money Shot, you want to mention before we sign off?
Not that I can think of. No, I can't think of anything, Neil. You caught me on the hop there, but no, it should. Hopefully, you can wave your magic wand and find a $250,000 result like you did. What's that? 6 years ago now, probably.
At Te Rapa, yeah. Remember that?
Taranui Cup Day.
Taranui Cup Day. That was a great day. We had 6 going the last leg, and one we didn't have was in front with about 200 metres to go. And I thought, oh Christ, here we go. But luckily, Sam Spratt on a horse, I can't remember, got up, and we had to wait then to see how much we won, and we scooped the whole pool. So 250 grand, split amongst about 50 of us. It was a good day to remember. But, I'll tell you something I had to go at this week was 10-pin bowling. And I've played it on and off for a few years and got on with a group during the week, and I loved it. Yeah, had a look at...
What'd you shoot?
Oh, 140, 120, 130 or something, so...
That's pretty good.
Oh, it's quite pleased, but my technique is crap, so I might get some coaching, actually, and I'm quite looking forward to it.
It's funny you mentioned 10-pin bowling. I actually saw a video on Facebook or somewhere where a guy, he had 10 lanes lined up,
Yeah.
and he bowled a ball down each lane, and then ran back to the first 2 to get his 12 strikes in a row for a perfect game of 300, and it took him about a minute 20 or something like that. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. So, I guess it's 10-pin bowling. If you get your technique right, you just repeat it every time, and you're going to get a strike every time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a bit like golf, but you don't have to worry about the weather, do you? And no, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that. So, gives you a break away from the computer and away from racing. So, okay, well, everybody, I hope you have a really good weekend, and listeners, subscribe.
One more thing we better mention, Neil.
Yep, what's that?
Well done on winning the chocolate fish bet last week.
Oh, yes, fair script, charging home for about a 5-length second or third, wasn't it? So it was a good run. Thanks very much for that. I'll look forward to that chocolate fish in the very near future.
It's in the post.
Oh, great. Nice and squishy when it comes, lovely. Rightio. Okay, looking forward to a good weekend and a good night of rugby league viewing on Wednesday night.